up, y'all? DJ Dre Lauren here. So, what I want to talk about today is the state of R&B music. Um, we hear a lot that R&B is dead. That's kind of a debate. People think it's dead. Some people don't think it is. I think it's definitely in a very odd state right now. I think when you look back at the success and the major success that it had in the '90s and the 2000s, um, compared to now, I think it's just non-existent when it comes to respect and mainstream, right? One thing I find very very disrespectful is they're looping it in with hip hop. These award shows is like best hip hop and R&B, right? And it's like no, these are two separate genres, and it's like R&B is a genre. You know what I mean? And I like I said, I just feel like there's a whole lot of disrespect on the genre. And this is not to say that I think there are many artists, many young artists that are out there making good R&B music, but the reality of it is people aren't supporting it. It is what it is. People can complain and say, "Oh, we want R&B, we want this, we want that," but people not supporting it. People not streaming it. People not buying the music. People not going to the shows of the newer artists. And then when it comes to the older artists, people are not supporting their new music, but they'll go to the show and only want to hear the old music, but will complain about R&B. Like I think we're just in this space where we as R&B fans have to be better. We got to support the music. We got to respect it so that the rest of the world respects it. You know what I mean? You have some really good younger artists out here. Just to name a few: Lucky Day, Victoria Monet, Coco Jones, right? Those are just to name a few really talented people. Um, Money Long, right? And they'll have these big songs, and then when the album comes out, people don't support it. You know what I mean? So I think I definitely don't like the space that we're in right now as R&B, but I can't say it's dead because R&B is one of those genres where the classics are the classics. I mean, that's just what it is. Like the R&B in the '90s and the 2000s and in the '80s, it still is so good, and it still connects to people, and it still touches people in a way that um, you're never going to be able to get rid of it. You get what I'm saying? And I think that is evidence when you look at some of these concerts and these shows that are out there, some of these artists that have been out since, for 20, 30 years, right? And they're still putting butts in seats and they're still selling tickets. There's a reason. It's because of the music. It's the music that has touched people to be able to stand the test of time. It's truly, truly timeless music. Um, you know, I think, like I said, we have to do better. It is what it is. We got to support the R&B music. We got to support the older artists and the newer artists. You know what I'm saying? I think we've gotten to this space where we only want certain things from certain people. Like, oh, you do this music, so your music has to sound like this, or we're not going to support it, right? And it's like we get to the newer artists, and we're like, oh, I don't really know you, so I'm not going to really give you a chance. That's the problem. That's why R&B is where it is now. Like I said, we got to support the older artists. We got to support the newer artists. We got to share the music, right? We got to, word of mouth, tell your people about these songs, share it on your social media, right? Give it a chance. I know it's hard. I'm one of the most nostalgic people that there is, right? I love R&B from the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s. I love it, right? So I get that it's hard, but if we want to move the genre forward and we want to keep the genre alive, right? We got to support it. Now, one of the big debates that people say a lot is that the R&B music is different, and it is. I agree, some of it, right? I think it's been influenced a lot by hip hop. So you got this, it's like trap and B and things such as that. Um, I think it's hard, but we have to find the real R&B music that we want. It is what it is. Now, the reality of it is, will R&B be as popular in terms of mainstream success as it used to be? Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it is. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is at this point. If you look at, from a male side, you have like your big artists. You have the same two big artists that you had 20 years ago, which is Chris Brown and Usher. You get what I'm saying? And then obviously you still have very talented people like Neo, Mario, people like that, Um, but you still have those guys, and it's like who's going to be the next? Who are the young people that are going to be the next them? And I don't mean next them in terms of trying to copy them, but I'm talking about in terms of commanding that space and making music that can people continue to resonate with and producing hits and all those different types of things. There is nobody next, right? There are good, like I said, there are definitely good younger artists, right? You got Eric Bellinger, you got Vito, um, to name just a couple of people that have, you know, good followings, good fan bases, But like we got to find something to put R&B back in that space where it used to be and where it should be, so it can get the respect that it needs. You know what I mean? So I just want to come on and like I said, talk a little bit about R&B. I'll definitely be doing some more videos on the state of R&B and just talking about R&B music. One of the things that I like to do is highlight R&B music, whether it's new or old, right? I think one of the good things that about this current era that we live in with streaming is we can go listen to whatever we want whenever we want. You know what I mean? So one of the things that I've been doing is going back and listening to albums that I never got a chance to listen to just because I couldn't buy them, couldn't afford them, or whatever the reason may be, right? Um, so stay in tune with my channel. I'll be doing album reviews, talking about R&B, diving into hip hop and things as well. So subscribe to the channel, follow me on social media. I also make my own music as well, so you can follow me on Spotify, Apple Music. But I hope to see you guys back soon. Peace.